ISIS will enter the zoo as we warned you that they will enter the zoo. Some of you thought we were joking, but they are coming. Let us tell you what an Hausa paper is reporting from Leadership. Leadership newspaper is Hausa paper, in case you don't know. Let us tell you what Hausa is reporting on their own activities, so you'll understand how serious this whole matter is. A zoo former British police officer and security and governance consultant, Mr. Vince Onyekwelo, has warned that unless the zoo government and Niger Republic act immediately, the dreaded Islamic sect of Iraq and Syria, ISIS, may be on their way into both countries. Maybe he must be listening to Radio Biafra, but nobody gives us credit, so we don't really give a damn anyway, as long as we're doing the work that Chukwu Kikabema asked us to come and do. Onyekweli gave the warning yesterday during a live television program, Sunrise Daily on Channels Television, where he said that with the capture of the Libyan International Airport, I hope you're listening very well, all of you that buried your head in the sand like ostrich, I hope your body is still showing outside, because ISIS is coming to blow it up. I warned you, you didn't listen. Now you will see the repercussion. So that next time when you hear our voice on Radio Biafra, anything we ask you, as Obido Bienu, our brother will say, anything we ask you to do, you will do it by force then. By then it will be too late. By then some of you will be dead. Because ISIS is coming. No longer from Radio Biafra, coming from the people that know. We continue. According to him, with the proximity between the borders of Niger, Chad, and Libya, the zoo must intensify collaboration with both countries to ensure that ISIS terrorists do not sneak into the zoo. If they can fight Syria to a standstill, ISIS convinced Obama regime to go and bomb Syria. If they can break down Iraq, which was well fortified by the Americans, if they can crush the armies of Syria, if they can go to Libya and dismantle what is left there, is it a corrupt, weak, and imbecile and hopeless, cowardly army like the zoo that they cannot defeat? As I said, in the end, the army of Biafra is the only thing that can defeat ISIS. If I speak, write it down on a piece of paper. Only us can. And that is why it is in the interest of America and United Kingdom to allow the emergence of Biafra. Only Biafra can stop them. They must know this by now. Only Biafra can stop the relentless assault and advance of Islamic State. They are coming. It's too late. They have taken over Libya airport, so for them to come to the zoo is very easy. Mind you, Libya shares the same border with Niger, and Niger shares the same border with you. You are finished, and Niger is where Sanusi Lamido Sanusi Ascen's true home is. Do you know that? He has a house in the capital of Niger, Niamey. Are you aware of that? The Emir of Sokoto. Yet he's the fourth most powerful man in the zoo. How sad can that be? But let's continue all the same. Asked whether the zoo should be worried that ISIS has taken over the Libyan airport, he responded in the affirmative, saying the development should give enough room for concern. Yes, I'm quoting him now. Yes, we should be worried because if you look at the distance between Libya and the zoo, the demarcation between Chad and Niger Republic, now the question is what the zoo government is doing to make sure that Niger and Chad are doing enough to protect their border between them and Libya. Who is Chad? If ISIS matches against Chad, breeze in they will disappear. Only breeze, they'll blow at them, they'll just run away. Who is Chad against ISIS? Do you know what? ISIS is rich. They have access to weapons. They have willing volunteers from all over the world. If they march against Chad, Chad will not exist. And then they come into the zoo to link up with their brother and cousin, Boko Haram and Buhari, and then you're gone. Unu was the toast. You hear them shouting Alakoba in Okigwe. You start running about saying, what do we do? You then remember my phone number, you'll be calling, oh, what that thing you said has happened, what do we do? That time, I will not even talk to you. You say, let us meet, I will say, let us meet. At that very meeting, if I have a pistol with me, I will shoot you dead in the head because you are an idiot. I don't work with fools. You must make hay while the sun is still shining. And mind you, the flag of ISIS is black. And they are coming. You look for them in the afternoon. In the morning, not when it's nighttime, you're asking me to look at ISIS flag because I can't. It's dark. And their flag is also black. Use your senses and use your brain, please. If at all that some of you can reason. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are, of course, direct. We are broadcasting all the way from London to the entirety of humanity with the time now standing at approximately 24 minutes past 8 in the evening. We are live and direct, and the barrister has come with me. Barrister is with me. The chairman and secretary of the PDP, the criminal enterprise that they say is a political party, it is basically a criminal organization. An organization dedicated to criminality and thievery. The other one is dedicated to terrorism and Islamization. This one, they have two parties, APC, PDP. One is dedicated to Islamization. The other one is a temple, is a tabernacle to thieving, is worship. PDP perfected stealing without conscience. You know, you can steal with conscience. PDP made stealing so glamorous that you can go on. And imagine somebody leaving office and they go to the treasury and they empty it. And after emptying the treasury, they go to the bank and take loan on behalf of the state. They send away their wives and their children abroad, and they travel abroad and say, waka to all of you. Don't worry, next time he comes back and you vote for him again, making you the monkey and the baboon that you are. Very sad, isn't it? We must continue this radio Biafra. The chairman and secretary of PDP, Shiroro local government area of Niger State, Alhaji Iro Kurebe and Ibrahim Issa, respectively, have been suspended. These are Hausa people, mind you. Suspended by the world chairman for allegedly diverting former imbecilic President Goodluck Jonathan campaign fund meant for 184 polling units in the area. Hausa and stealing, they go hand in hand. You asked Fulani, why did you conquer Hausa people? Because most of you don't know that Hausa today is under Fulani bondage, but that's how life is. We are here to educate you. Fulani conquered Hausa, why? Othman Danfodia said, because Hausa is corrupt. You can't cure them of corruption. As long as Hausa is there, there will always be corruption. As long as Yoruba is there, there will always be fraud. That is why the zoo can never, ever, in a trillion years, be developed. Impossible. Have you traveled from the zoo airport as I have? I want you to travel along Oshodi. If you're going towards the airport, look on both sides of the road. You will see how wretched people are mental. You will see why I call Nigerians baboons and monkeys. The state of the road alone leading to an international airport is so disgraceful. You want to round up everybody there and flog them. I'm telling you the truth. People that live there are not human beings. I swear it. They may look human, but Nigerians are not human beings. I can tell you that. Travel to the airport and you see very, very ugly and filthy. No class, no taste, no decency. Of course, they are baboons and monkeys. What do you expect? They have stolen money, PDP. Money meant for the Jonathan campaign. Hausa stole the money so that Buhari can win. And you have somebody from Biafra land running to APC wanting to join them. And you think we are well? Of course we are not. Let us continue. This radio. I don't feel sorry for myself. That's why I speak the way I do. I have no time for self-pity. Black people keep dwelling in self-pity. Oh, it's the white man that caused it. Can't you see the white man? The white man is not your problem. Your stupidity is your problem. You are foolish. That is why you're poor and wretched. And if others won't tell you, we will. In this OGD, black people are useless. They try to blame other people for their shortcomings without looking at themselves and saying, how did this useless brain of mine contribute to my mess I'm in today? That is what we're here to remind you of. A non-governmental organization, they are called Gap Advocacy Initiative, wants members of the Zoo Assembly in Abuja, and that is the House of Reps and House of Senate, where there is not even no code of dressing. They don't have morning dress, they don't have afternoon dress, they don't have any evening dress, they don't have dinner dress. Nobody can distinguish. The same agbada and danchiki they wear to come to debate is the same agbada and danchiki they wear to a party. It's the same dressing they wear. Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. There is no difference between work and pleasure. That is why they were only able to pass 104 bills in 8 years. Lazy people. People are now asking them to refund the money that they took in order to pass constitutional amendment bill. In a statement made available to AIT on Sunday, the executive director of the group, George Oji, asked the terrorist in charge of the zoo, Muhammadu Buhari, to stop the payment of severance allowances to the members until they refund the money they appropriated for the ill-fated constitutional amendment process. They are being paid their salary every blessed month to pass laws or to debate laws and then pass bills into laws. But they brought them constitutional amendment. They said, for us to pass this very law, we need special money for it. They appropriated for themselves. They said, to pass this law is going to cost 4 billion naira. Oh, dear me. But I was educated in England. I have seen the House of Commons before. What? Are you telling me that before they pass any bill that somebody has to go and pay them money? Is that how it works? But in the zoo, this is to tell you how corrupt and filthy they are. Before they are being paid salary, they have furniture allowance, they have house allowance, they have constituency allowance. They are the highest paid lawmakers in the whole world that passes the least laws of all. On top of that, for them to pass an amendment to the constitution, they wanted to be paid, and they were paid 4 billion. And you wonder why your children cannot go to any decent school. You wonder why your village cannot afford a transformer. You wonder why the roads are not built. Because a few people are just taking the money and spending it on themselves and their families. The remainder they take to abroad and put into the white man's bank. The same white man they were blaming before. They bring this stolen money from Africa and they put it there. And then you want me to blame the white man? You must be dreaming. The white man has done nothing wrong. Nothing. You are the ones bringing the money to him. They demanded 4 billion to pass a law which they are being paid to. You voted for them to go and do. And they went there to appropriate money for themselves. Did they make the amendment to the constitution? The answer is 0. This group is now asking them to refund the money. Are they going to refund it? The answer is 0. They will not. They will not. Never refund it. Abacha did not return the money that was stolen. Is it them that will bring back theirs? Everybody's a thief in the zoo. When I tell you, boss, believe me. All of them hypocrites. Everywhere you go to, hypocrites. That is why we are the way we are here in Radio Biafra. Unpaid salaries. All you idiots that went to Yoruba churches and the fool rang yesterday from Edo. I'm waiting for him today to call back. If he can. Anytime from now onwards, if I ask you to wait and you don't want to wait, I'll cut you off. That's what they do. They now come in, you run like a fool, and then you run away. No more. As you're going, I'll be stopping you and breaking you down. So you understand the folly and the hopeless nature of the case you're wishing or wanting to present. The state pastor, they're doing it according to state. The state pastor of the Living Faith Church, also known as Winners Chapel, the Yoruba church, promoted by Yoruba media, of course. His name is Olumuyiwa Emmanuel, on Sunday made a passionate appeal to members of the church to start bringing foodstuff and money to assist members who are civil servants and have not been paid their salaries in the last 7 months. How about the ones in Abia, the ones in Enugu, the ones in Ebonyi? They have not been paid for heaven knows how many years. Who is going to take care of them? Don't worry. There are a few idiots who are there, who are Biafrans. They go to Winners Chapel, they'll contribute money, and they take it to Oshun. When I told you not to go to Yoruba church, you thought I hated them. No, I don't. I hate the hypocrisy. I hate hypocrites. I can't stand them. Why do you think I'm against Ifajun or Wazurike? It's not for any. It's nothing personal. I hate him because he's using the name of Biafra to lie, to cheat, and to deceive, and I won't allow that. If you allow Wazurike to continue with that nonsense, the same way that some of you are allowing Winners Chapel to get away with this rubbish, that is why you cannot hold anybody to account when they are claiming they're representing you. Going to happen in the past. So those who are coming in the front will become even more corrupt. Had we fallen down on Ifajun or Wazurike for a very long time.
From the beginning of human history, diabolic people have persistently used God's name to commit heinous atrocities all over the world. From the beginning of human history, diabolic people have persistently used God's name to commit heinous atrocities all over the world. From the beginning of human history, diabolic people have persistently used God's name to commit heinous atrocities all over the world.
Who is going to feed them?